Welcome back to Comedy at Club 54. How about another hand for the outstanding Junior Simpson, huh? Great job tonight. All right, well, our next act, man, her credits go on forever. She recently appeared on HBO. She just wants me to tell you this. She's celebrating her 5th wedding anniversary, and she's still wearing white. Please welcome Mrs. Claudia Sherman.
Dress cost me almost $1,000. You're supposed to wear it once, bull. I wear it to work, I wear it to the toilet, I wear it to the supermarket. So where are the married people here? Round of applause, who's married? Anybody getting married? Anybody engaged? You, by herself? Which is the way to go, actually. So when are you guys getting married? He's not, who is he? The lover? Lover? Who is he? Oh, your father? You never know. So where's your fiancé? At work? What is he doing? What? He's a crane operator. He's a crane operator? Does it match? All right, so when are you guys getting married? June. In June? You excited about it? A little bit. Oh, yeah? You having a big wedding? Yeah. Like how many people? 250. How much? 200. That's a big wedding. I'll tell you something. When you plan a wedding, isn't it a pain in the neck? It's the biggest pain in the ass. First of all, you fight with people, okay? Like, I used to fight with my mother-in-law, okay? Come here, come here. It wasn't even her business! Do you hear me? And stop looking at my okay? Got a lot of grease in your hair tonight. Do you have a wedding song picked out? Or what? Power of love. Nya, 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 nya. Boof. Well, how long have you guys been married? 14 years. Did you have a wedding song? Do you remember it? What was it? I asked, who remembers their wedding song here? You do? What was it?
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler. What, everything? A medley? What was your wedding song?
Bette Midler, The Rose.
Oh, The Rose. Okay, well, that was nice, I guess, right? No? Who picked it out? Your wife? See, ladies, is that your husband? And look how far apart you're sitting. See, the reason why I ask is, ladies, when we get married, we always pick out these sappy love songs. It makes no sense because a year later, you're going to turn to your husband and say, "Get out of my bed, you fat, snoring piece of..." My wedding song was Taps, which I think is much more appropriate to the whole occasion. So, Dad, you're paying for the wedding? That is the tradition, right? The bride's family usually pays for the wedding. And you know how this started? Because hundreds of years ago, when a woman got married, she came with a dowry. I guess back then it was crops and a frickin' lawnmower. What are you applauding for? What do you mean? Why? Why? Come here. Come here. Come here. Why are you applauding?
That's good.
No, it's not good. And look at you. Look how you're sitting with your legs spread from east to west. Are you that big that you can't close your legs? Can I ask you a question? No, really, I gotta take the subject, and then I'll tell you. Wait a little. I'll tell you more about marriage. This is a phenomenon that I never understood. Okay? Now it's cold here in Canada. Now when it gets cold, like this week is very cold, so you curl up to your body to keep warm. No, it's amazing. They do? Do you feel them go up? So what happens? You're in a conversation, all of a sudden. You don't feel them? Do you feel yours go up? So how do they know to do that? That's my question. At 32 degrees, how do you... Oh, gotta go. How? Because basically men are stupid. How could you all be smarter? Because ladies, we don't have this. Wouldn't it be great if it got cold outside? You could wrap around your neck and act as a muffler? But you'll see something. What's your name? Danielle? When you get married, come in handy. You know why? Because when your husband wants you to touch him and you're not in the mood, which will be most of the time, You could actually take a finger and flick a and watch it go. Thereby satisfying him and entertaining yourself at the same time. Don't start with me. But you're excited, Danielle. Let me tell you something. How long have you guys been married, did I ask you? 2.5 years. And you've been married 14 years? Now, do you like it? Do you like it? No, you're not even sitting next to him. Do you like it? You do? You love him? What's your name? Linda, tell her. Be honest. Look at your sister. Turn around. Look at her. Tell her it sucks, Linda. Tell her. The truth. Marriage is a conspiracy to keep women down. Don't you understand this, Danielle? They bribe you. They say, if you get married, you get to wear a beautiful white dress. Who gives a Then they say, if you get married, you get a man. Ooh. Do you get Brad Pitt? Not this week. Do you get Paul Newman? Not with that hair. You get you or you or you or you, a beer-guzzling, pork rind-eating, fat, freeloading. Tell her, Linda. Oh, knock it off, Linda. Come on, 14 years, your whole life changes when you get married, doesn't it? Thank you. We're going to get somewhere with her. Watch. Even the programs you watch on television change, like soap operas. I mean, not that you don't watch soaps when you're single, but when you're married, your perspective changes. You're single and you watch a soap, you're like, oh, isn't that romantic? You're married and you watch a soap, you're like, huh, yeah, I do him. Right, Linda? And you know you've been married too long when one of you blows your nose and you go, do you see anything under here? It's not a pretty picture, right, Linda? And you know you've been married really too long when you're laying in bed with your husband and you ask him to suck in his stomach so you can watch The Late Show. All right, Linda, okay, you know, since she's so hotsy-totsy with those little heart earrings, let me ask you, 14 years, how many times a year would you say you have sex with this man? Go on, we're waiting. Many? How many? Many is 3. Or is that few? Many is 4? How many? A year. She wants to know, too. How many times? Many, many times. No, like how many, many times? Should we ask him and get the truth? Because let me tell you something, Danielle. Once you get married, sex stops. It just stops. You know why? Do you know why? Because you guys make it so appealing. Blech. I'll give you an example, ladies. You go out with a guy first couple of weeks, first couple of months, you're wonderful to us. You make love to us, you kiss our necks, you bring us roses. You come out of the shower with the towel wrapped around your waist, you look very sexy. After you get married, that all changes. See, I don't know about you gals, but my husband comes out of the shower naked because that towel can't even fit around his wide butt anymore. He has the audacity to stand in the middle of my living room, spread eagle. Linda, that's right. Takes the towel, whips it between his legs to dry himself off. Wait, you guys do that? Who does that? That is the most vulgar thing I've ever seen in my life. My husband does this every morning. I asked him why. You know what he told me? I'm flossing. Well, I'm trying to get grease out of a pot. There's nothing pretty about that. And for some reason, this idiot always wants to have sex with me after I've taken a shower, but before he has. Right? Like, I want to have sex with Skid Row. Sure, it's easy for him. He can jump into the shower. I have to stand there with a bottle of Fantastic and a handy wipe. I skeeve him. Danielle, do you get along with your future mother-in-law? Yes, I love you! Do you get along with his mother, Linda? Oh, you're just Miss Perfect, aren't you? What if I just messed up your hair a little bit? Now, I hate my mother-in-law also. This woman has got so many facelifts, she has a slip knot on the top of her head. Oh, Jen, am I scaring you about marriage? No? It's really, this is just comedy. It's not that bad, right, Linda? I mean, not if you're seeing other people. And you do have sex with him? Like, you do? You like it with him? Like, what? Like, is he romantic? Like, what does he do? Fart and let you breathe? See, because my husband's not romantic at all. As a matter of fact, the last time we were having sex, which was 5.5 years ago, The idiot, he was actually watching television while we were having sex. Can you imagine? It's not funny. And then he flipped me over to get a better view. But it was when he rested a beer can on my head that I thought he's just not sensitive to my needs. No, I'm a very sad person. So I really, you think I'm kidding? I have no sex in my marriage. Sex in my marriage is so bad that when I go to the gynecologist, I just bring a bottle of wine with me. I have such a gorgeous gynecologist. He's new and he's young. He's like 35 years old. We call him Dookie. And I went to him for the first time 2 months ago. And I in the middle of the examination, I actually said, a little to the left, please. Because I just lost myself. And I gotta tell you guys, this is gonna sound like a joke, but it's not. This is a true story. I was working in Louisville, Kentucky this past summer, and this woman told me this story about a friend of hers who was about 50 or 60, and she went to the gynecologist, and before, she did the usual shower, shave, perfume, right? In the middle of the examination, the gynecologist said to her, my, how fancy. Now, can you imagine you're laying there like this, and my, how fancy. She was so freaked out by it, she didn't even ask him what he meant. So she went home, and her daughter said, Ma, how did the examination go? She said, it went fine, but in the middle of it, he said, my, how fancy. What did he mean? She says, I don't know. What did you do? She said, nothing. I did the usual. I showered, I shaved, I used your feminine hygiene deodorant. And the daughter says, Ma, I don't have feminine hygiene deodorant. What did you use? True story. The woman took her mother into the bathroom, and she had accidentally picked up a bottle of hair glitter, Linda. Hair glitter! All over her pissoir. Could you imagine? He must have thought she had just come from a surprise party. Oh. All she needed is a hat and a case. She could pull a rabbit out of there. I fight with my husband a lot. One of my biggest fights is I'm really bad at spelling. Anybody bad at spelling here? Horrible. And every time I ask my husband to help me spell something, he tells me to look it up, which really pisses me off. Because it's like a whole attitude. So a couple of weeks ago, I had trouble spelling the word vehicle. He says to me, sound it out. Vehicle. What does it sound like? I said, it sounds like you. You folks have been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
Claudia Sherman. I'm staying single. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back. Don't forget, if you want your Joke of the Week on the air, drop us a line at Joke of the Week, care of Club 54, 3345 Harvester Road, Burlington, L7N 3N2. Welcome back. Welcome back to comedy at Club 54. Did you guys have a good time tonight? Good. I hope you did it at home, too. Unfortunately, we're all out of time, but I want you to meet the comics once more. So how about a nice hand for the very talented Junior Simpson? Hey, here she comes. Look out. Claudia Sherman. That's it for this week, but I'll see you next week. For the best in stand-up comedy, you know where it is. Comedy at Club 54. Remember, folks, if you want your Joke of the Week on the air, you gotta send it in. Good night, thank you. Good night, Mom. I love you. If you like comedy at Club 54 on TV, you'll love it live. For free tickets, just call 1-800-7-CLUB-54.